Hey guys, in honor of another breakout, I'm going to be doing another Q&A in the same pajamas. Starting off with a question that I get asked a lot, and I know I've answered this before, but I'm going to have to put this in every single video. I am not taking accutane, and I won't because I have an autoimmune disorder. I have ulcerative colitis, which causes ulcers in my colon and lots of inflammation. And that's the reason why my acne was so inflamed. There was a little bit of actual pus, and most of it was inflamed. That's why I couldn't pop it. And accutane could absolutely destroy my colon. My dad was on it in high school. He was about my age, and he did so bad. He was a guy, so guys didn't really do a lot of skincare, and he never stayed moisturized. But even now, his skin is so dry, and it's been 30 something years since he's been my age, so he's still struggling to this day. And my gastroenterologist had said it's too risky. It can cause cancer, it can cause all sorts of problems. I've heard little horror stories about kids being in the hospital because of kidney failure. So it's too risky for me. And I haven't said this before, but what medication did I take during acne? So I was on around a spironolactone for about 2.5 months. I didn't want to share that publicly until after I was done. I'm not gatekeeping, I promise. It's just because I feel like I don't owe everybody my medical file, and it was a medication that I was taking, and I just felt really uncomfortable sharing about that, but I will likely start another round of spironolactone, and I saw very, very drastic results. I had been previously put on minocycline hydrochloride, and it didn't really do too well. Yes, it helped, but it wasn't the results that we were hoping for, and now that I've had the ulcerative colitis flare-ups and everything, it's just not going to work with the medication for the ulcerative colitis, which is Remicade. Have I ever been bullied before? Not by students at school. I know that sounds weird. I haven't really been bullied for it. I got called pepperoni pizza before at school, and it didn't really hurt. That was in middle school. But high school, it's ironic because it's the counselors and the teachers and the APs that are asking me about it. The kids don't care because I'm not the only one at school with acne. Of course, I'm sure a lot of people haven't seen really bad congoblata acne, but there are definitely kids at school with acne because I live in the US, there's processed foods. There's also kids who are chronically ill, have other problems that I don't know about. But we're teenagers, our hormones are going to be out of whack. We're going to get acne. It's natural. It's not normal, like how I said in that video. I meant normal in the sense that teenagers get it, and it's not something to completely freak out about, because one pimple isn't gonna ruin your life. It's natural. I've only been asked this once, but I just want to put this out there. Somebody asked me if I have scoliosis, and I don't, but I have a small hip problem, and that's because back in 8th grade I was in athletics and I hurt my knee pretty bad. I pulled my PCL and my MCL, which are two ligaments in your knees. Those are in the really inside part of your knee, and I was on crutches for quite a bit, and so all of my weight was shifted onto my hips. So that's why sometimes I could look a little crooked, but there's nothing wrong at all with my spine. They always check us for scoliosis at the doctors. I'm okay. And I had a little bit of a sway back because my backpack is so heavy. We have lockers at school, but we're not allowed to use them because there's I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. Why are they there, So we don't really use them, and I have to carry every single thing. I have a really big textbook for AP US history this year, and I leave it at home. I've tried everything I possibly could. I will sometimes leave one of my things in my other teacher's classroom because they know the struggle. My backpack I've weighed it before, the most it's ever weighed is 21 pounds, and that was back in freshman year. And now that I'm a junior, I'm taking all these other classes, and I don't know how much it weighs, but I think it's time to reweigh it. But I don't have scoliosis. I've actually been working out and working on this way back, and it helps. And joint pain in general I get from my ulcerative colitis treatment, Remicade. This is probably one of the big questions. I've answered it before, but I just wanted to reiterate it, and it was, why are my pimples so big? And it's because my GI disorder, ulcerative colitis, causes so much inflammation, and cystic acne is really deep under your skin, and because it's so deep under your skin, it doesn't really have a head, and you're not able to pop it. So if you actually pop it, you're likely popping it under the skin, and it gets so inflamed. And I had 2 or maybe 3 really big ones right here, and I've stuck a needle in and tried, but nothing came out because it was completely inflamed. And whenever I did the spironolactone, nothing came out. Within 2 weeks, it was nearly flat. And I have some comparison pictures within 2 weeks of taking spironolactone, and it helped so much. I'm not like advertising spironolactone, and I was really hesitant to like share my skincare routine. I'm not saying that you need to try this, because I have seen so many skincare routines on TikTok, and they're like, try this, it helped me. And it hasn't worked for me because everybody's body is different, and the main cause of my acne is my ulcerative colitis. So obviously not everybody has ulcerative colitis. They could have a different chronic illness, or they could have no chronic illness, or maybe they have an allergy to a specific medicine that I take. And that's just one of the things that I'm so hesitant to share about. But spironolactone personally worked for me. And people have been like bashing me in my comments like, oh my god, why are you not taking Accutane? You need to be on Accutane if you're going to clear your acne. Well, maybe scroll down. About a month ago, my acne was like pretty much clear. It was just scarred. But I've gone through like kind of a lot lately. I started junior year of high school. I started 2 new medications for my ulcerative colitis. Yeah, and I've also been off of spironolactone for about a month and a half. So there are changes that are happening. And also, like I said, acne is natural. It's not something that you need to be completely afraid of. But obviously, it could be a cause of an underlying issue, mine being my ulcerative colitis flare-up. How did I learn to just rip the Band-Aid off and accept the fact that I have acne? I've come to terms and realized that really nobody cares. It's like rejection therapy. Nobody actually cares that much. Like within a couple of years, these kids are going to be looking back, and they're probably not going to remember the kid in high school that had a bunch of acne. They're probably not going to remember her name unless she started a TikTok and has almost 100K followers. But I just wanted to make this page. Honestly, I started it off last year as like, this is my journey to remission in ulcerative colitis, and then I posted one video about like having acne with ulcerative colitis, because I did not know that happens with ulcerative colitis. So now I'm out here like preaching about how acne and ulcerative colitis is like a symptom, and it's okay, but I'm out here giving the resources to people that need it, because I didn't have the resources. So I guess I'm like the test guinea pig. But I did not expect to become like an influencer or whatever. Like I did not expect that video to get 48 million views, like more than Issa's apology video. But I'm out here spreading word of how I'm going through this. And moral of the story is people really don't care that much. It's okay, like it's natural, and if people do make fun of you, then that's honestly ridiculous, because acne is natural in general. I'm not saying severe acne. I need to say that so many times. Severe acne is general, like whatever. But acne is something that's going to happen, especially if you live in the US. You know, we've got different food than other people, but the main moral of the story is don't listen to other people. Like, do what is right for your body and your acne, because I've heard so many people like, oh my god, take Accutane, try this, try that, and no, I haven't. I've listened to my doctors. Like, I'll say, okay, I'll give it a try, and I really didn't. But I mean, I just listened to my body. How did I get rid of my acne? I found some products, I stuck to them, and I'm going to share with you some of my holy grails. First one is Penoxyl 10% benzoyl peroxide. This one looks different because they like rebranded it. It looks so different. It looks really ugly, but I just bought this. This is mainly for like hormonal acne, and it's not going to help too much with cystic acne, because cystic acne is like below the surface. No topicals are going to help with that. Like, I'm going to say that right there. None have helped for me personally. But if you have like above skin pimples, like even blackheads, this really, really helped me. Benzoyl peroxide is a very active ingredient. You got to make sure you use SPF in the morning. Don't mix actives. For redness and scars, I've been using Mederma's PM Scar Removal Cream. I got this on Amazon, but you can get it at like CVS or your local grocery store. But this has really been a game changer in helping with my acne scars. You can look back on a video that I posted. I want to say it was July 31st. I was using Current Body's LED mask. It's right here, and this also helps with redness. This is the red and blue light therapy mask. I'm out of time, but I can make a part 3, but those are some of my frequently asked questions. Feel free to ask more in the comments, and then I can make another video.